So that's what we're going to talk about, first time home buyers. So you might own a home too, and then you decide to sell your home to buy a bigger home. Or you might own that home a very long time now. You forgot all about the process, what you need. That's why I want to talk about first time home buyers or home buying in general. What do I need to start the process if I want to buy a home right now? First thing you need, number one, is income. That income can be self-employed, or just your regular job, whatever company you work for. Let's say regular job, okay? That income can be self-employed or it can be just your regular job. But that self-employed, if you call me, you said, I am self-employed or I'm a truck driver, you work 1099, self-employed can be 1099. If you're a 1099 worker, I'm going to need your 2 years of tax, a copy of your tax return. I'm going to need 2 years. Let me put 2 years here of your tax return. Okay. Self-employed 1099. I'm going to need 2 years tax return. Regular job, I need 2 years W-2. We're in 2023 now. 2023, if you decide to buy this year, we are in 2023. So if you decide to buy this year, I'm gonna need 2021 W-2. 2021 W-2, and let's put up W-2 so you know what I'm talking about. W-2, and I'm going to need 2022 W-2. So this up there is self-employed, down here is for people who work regular jobs. So first thing you need is the income. All right, let's go to the second thing. Second thing you need is your Social Security. For first time home buyer. Third is your driver license. Fourth is bank statement. Okay, let's erase this. I'm gonna put this right here as number 3, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bank statement going to be down here. Bank statements. I'm going to explain all of that later in a minute. All right. Bank statements. All right. Number 2 is pay stubs. Pay stubs. Some of us call it récit chèque. Some Haitian, my Haitian, we call it récit chèque. So you get direct deposit. If you have direct deposit, sometimes you just have the receipt, or the very top one where it's described everything. That's what I'm talking about, the pay stubs. Okay, one is income. Income, when I talk about income, and if you're self-employed, 1099, you need 2 years tax return. When I said 2 years, if you decide to buy this year, 2023, I'm gonna need 2021 tax return, a copy of your tax return. Whoever did your file your taxes, he or she should have a copy, or should give you a copy. So I'm gonna need a 2021 copy of your tax return. I hope you know what that is. A copy of your tax return, a 2022 copy of your tax return. So that only if you are a 1099 worker. If you are a W-2 worker, you work a regular job for a company, you need 2021 W-2, 2022 W-2. And some people have that question. They said, okay, you need 2 years income. What if I work 1 year for one job and next year I work for another job? It will not be count. The only way it will count is if you work for the same company and then you transfer. You get a transfer to another branch, but it's still the same company. I'm gonna put transfer here. It's still for the same company, you just transfer from one branch to another branch, yes, it will count. But if you work 1 year for one company, and then you just change to another company in a different year, it will not count. The bank will not. Some bank will accept it, but I don't know yet. I don't know who and then what bank. But I heard some bank will take it. I don't know yet. That's why I said you can be transferred from one branch to another branch. It cannot be from one company to another company. That's why that 2 years of income is a big thing. Because a lot of people, yes, you work 2 years, but it's with 2 different companies. It can't be 2 different companies. Cannot be 2 different companies. Cannot be 2 different. It cannot be 2 different companies. You can transfer from one to another branch. Like if you work from Publix, you work in Delray. Okay, you work in Delray, you're moving to Port St. Lucie, or you're moving to Boynton Beach, you transfer from one branch to another branch, they will accept that. It's still for the same company. That's why they said it cannot be for 2 different companies. So that's why this number 1 here is very important. Income. Self-employed, 1099 tax return, 2 years, 2021. If you choose to buy this year, it's gonna be 2 years, 2021 2021 copy of your tax return, a copy of 2022 of your tax return. If you choose to buy this year again, you work a regular job, you're gonna need 2021 W-2, 2022 W-2, and then I'm going to explain this again. It can be 2 years at one job, or you can be transferred from one city or from one branch to another branch, but it can't be 2 different companies. It cannot be 2 different companies. That's why this right here, number 1, is very important. All right, number 2, pay stubs. Pay stubs. This here is for that. If you work a regular job, they want to know how much money you make, so they can decide before you get your pre-approval. They're going to need all that. Income, pay stubs, socials, and driver license is for them to check your credit. You can have a 780. You know you have a 780 credit score. But the bank don't know. That's why the mortgage broker need this right here, social and driver license, to check your credit score. If you are eligible to buy. And then you have bank statements. Bank statements, they always ask for the bank statements. They want to know if you have enough assets. If you have the money to buy this home, you can be working and then you don't have the money to buy the home. That's why they always want to see the bank statements. But this right here, throughout the process, they always gonna ask for it. Here, number 5, pay stub and bank statements. Until you close on that home, until you have the key in your home, for your home, I meant to say. Until you have the key for your home, the bank will always come back and ask you for a bank statement and pay stubs. That's why sometimes people get really emotional. Sometimes they get really mad because they already gave the pay stub to the bank, and then they see that, oh, I just gave that to the bank. Why they ask for it again? Because they want to know if you're still working. They don't want to loan you their money and then you're not working anymore. They want to know if you're still working. And then bank statement. I just gave the bank my bank statement 3 days ago or 5 days ago, and then they come back and ask me for the bank statement again. Why? Because they want to make sure they still have that money there. You still have that money there. Things happen. You can just take that money out and then use it. They want to know if you still have the money to close on that home you're buying before they loan you that money. Especially some first-time home buyer, they said, or they have some program for first-time home buyer. They usually mean FHA, especially when you go on FHA, until you close on that home you're buying, they will always ask you for this right here, bank statement, pay stubs. This two here, they don't need it anymore. Almost. Sometimes they may ask for your driver license again. They want to see a picture of the driver license, but from the start, they usually ask for this two here. But throughout the process, they want to see this, number 2, and number 5. Pay stubs, bank statement. Pay stub, bank statement. They always want to see this too. Why they always ask for it is because they want to make sure you're still working. They always ask for recent pay stubs. Okay? So that's why they keep asking for a recent pay stub until you close on that home. And bank statement, they want to make sure you still have that money. That's why they keep asking for bank statement right here, number 5. When you just start the process, they're going to ask for income. Income is, if you're self-employed, 1099, they want to see 2 years tax return. If you choose to buy this year, let's say you choose to buy this year, I already said that. They're going to ask you a copy of your 2021 tax return, a copy of your 2022 tax return. If you work for a company like if you work a W-2 as a W-2 person, they want to see 2021 W-2, 2022 W-2. 2021 W-2, that explains how much you make for the whole year. That's why sometimes when some people call me, I said, how much do you work last year? Some people don't know how to read the W-2. They can't tell you. How do you read your W-2? It's always said wage. Wage something. This right here, beside your social security, how much you paid for social, how much you paid for federal, this thing here that is said wage, that's your total. That's your yearly total. If I ask you, okay, how much you worked for last year? How much money did you work for the whole year last year? You can go on your W-2. If you are a W-2 person, you can just go wherever you say wage, you see wage, wherever you see wage, the total, whatever you see there, it's going to be the total of how much money you made last year, how much money you worked last year. For 1099, it's different. If you know how to read a copy of your tax return, you might see it in the copy of your tax return. If you don't know how to read your tax return, just go to your 1099. It's easier. Just go to your 1099. You will see how much you worked for last year, how much you made for the whole year. That's why, because we don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your time. I just want to save you time. That's why before we start the process, I always ask, do you know how much